Cannibal Romance, a terrible story by Doglover61402 / The Christian Ninja, featuring Griffin as Alan and Decendum as Patrick. Hilda strolled into the garden outside of her office for her lunch break. Her mind still reeled from Lyria's gym accident yesterday. "Thank God it was only a few bruises and a fractured wrist," she said to herself. Hilda sat down and grabbed the sandwich Lyria had packed for her. So far, nothing had gone wrong today, and she hoped to keep it that way.
"Commander," Patrick barked nearby. He swiftly approached Hilda with someone else following him.
Hilda's hopes of a peaceful day were about to be shattered. She stood up and saluted Patrick. "Sire," she greeted. Suddenly, her eyes grew wide as she saw who was behind Patrick.
Patrick cleared his throat. "Commander Hilda, this is the replacement I found for Lieutenant Bob Hunter. Meet Lieutenant Alan Griffin."
Alan took a step forward and saluted Hilda. "Commander," he said as he winked at her, "it's a pleasure to work with you again. I recall we were in the same unit for the Battle of the Far Plains. Missed working with you."
Hilda clenched her teeth and narrowed her eyes at Alan. She knew exactly who he was. "Yes, I remember," she said through gritted teeth.
Patrick pointed to Hilda. "Your responsibility is to show Lieutenant Griffin his new responsibility. Do not barbecue him," he said sternly. The look on his face said he still wished he could fire Hilda for barbecuing Bob and Hogsworth. "I must be returning to my office now. Goodbye, Commander." He turned on his heel and left the pair standing in the courtyard.
Hilda watched Patrick as he walked away. When he was out of earshot, she turned to Alan. "What are you doing here? You know we agreed never to work in the same unit again after the Bob incident!" Alan was the only person from the Far Plains mission who knew about Bob's execution, for he had been the one to fire up the grill. To preserve the secret, Alan had been transferred to a different unit, never to work under Hilda again. Now, they were forced to reunite.
What was I supposed to do? Ignore orders? Look, Lord Patrick decided I was the best replacement for Bob. We know what happened there, Alan said, holding up his hands defensively. Besides, I missed you. You were always my favorite commander. And the best looking. Sorry.
Hilda felt her face turning red. She seemed at a loss for words as she stared into his dreamy eyes. Hilda mentally slapped herself. "Well, this isn't good
"Lieutenant
for..."
Griffin, I need you to come to the office. I have more paperwork for you to complete." Patrick yelled again, interrupting her statement.
Yes, sir, sire, he said, not too excited about going, but he had no choice in the matter. Well, Hilda, I guess I'll see you later then. He winked at her before leaving and went off to join Patrick.
Hilda sighed a breath of relief as Alan walked away. She wondered why her heart was beating so fast. She took another deep breath and sat back down for her lunch. Suddenly, the bushes rustling behind her once more demanded her attention. "You're in love!" Lyria had emerged from the bushes. "Ow! That hurt my wrist." "Lyria!" Hilda shouted in fear. She whirled around to see the girl. "What are you doing? And no, I'm not in love." "You're blushing!" Lyria screeched. She began bouncing with joy. "I am not!" Hilda yelled. "No, you're madly in love!" Lyria retorted. "No, I love no one!" Hilda said. The two argued back and forth in this manner for 5 minutes. Lyria repeatedly asserted that Hilda was in love, but Hilda kept denying it. "I am not in love with him!" "Yes, you are!" Lyria put her hands on Hilda's shoulder. "That's Alan! He was in my unit for a while. He's super handsome and single and kind and single and perfect for you.
"I get it!"
Hilda said, louder than she intended. Sorry for yelling. Look, I know his eyes are incredible. His hair is dashingly handsome. His muscles are beautifully strong. Hilda sighed and stared off into the distance, bringing the image of Alan into her mind. Gosh, he was handsome. She admits it! Lyria yelled triumphantly. What? Hilda's eyes grew wide. No, I take it back.
Commander Hilda, Captain Lyria. Alan came around the corner suddenly without anyone noticing him. I couldn't help but overhear there's a conversation going around here, so what are you guys talking about?
You! Lyria shouted.
Alan then started to blush. What? He said, confused.
No! I am going to become a nun! Hilda ran away, leaving her lunch behind.
Alan's eyes grew wide in concern. Is she serious? Yep, wow, she's going pretty fast there. I think she hit someone.
Lyria stared at Hilda, who was running faster than she had ever run. I'm not sure. Let me go check. Thank you for watching. Lyria likes to hide in the bushes and stalk Hilda while she's talking to Alan.